quest here. Just can't say I'm sad about.
Dead. Finished.
Yeah, Oprah has her own thing now, her own station or something. Her own channel. Ugh. Can't stand Oprah. Spreading nonsense. She helped give rise to that freaking quack, Dr. Oz. By the way, don't ever listen to Dr. Oz. My mom likes him. She's like, why do you hate Dr. Oz? I'm like, because he's full of shit, that's why. He backs a bunch of quack medicine bullshit. Doesn't look like there's a bonus quest here. Just can't say I'm sad about.
Dead. Finished.
Yeah, Oprah has her own thing now, her own station or something. Her own channel. Ugh. Can't stand Oprah. Spreading nonsense. She helped give rise to that freaking quack, Dr. Oz. By the way, don't ever listen to Dr. Oz. My mom likes him. She's like, why do you hate Dr. Oz? I'm like, because he's full of shit, that's why. He backs a bunch of quack medicine bullshit. He's like, oh, just because the establishment doesn't like this doesn't mean it's bad. I'm like, no. It's bad because it's never been shown to work, you jackass. Well, that's a minor detail. Just because it's never been shown to work doesn't mean it doesn't work. Well, technically, I guess that's true. Let's go back real quick and turn this in. And see if that leads to something else. Ooh, we're not too far from Legacy 7. Don't know if you guys caught the Guild Summit. I only caught maybe not even half of it.
The Fire Eater lieutenants are free.
Yes, so I've heard. Excellent news. Except for one small complication.
Of course.
Kazakh Ern's control over his Fire Eaters wasn't as strong as we presumed. A faction has rebelled and is attacking Kazakh's forces. The Fire Eaters are no use to us if they wipe each other out.
Are we sure we want these guys for the domination experiments?
Believe it or not, their vicious unpredictability is an asset. I hate to ask another thing of you, but I want our full weight behind Kazakh Ern. The rebelling Gamorreans must be defeated.
I think I can do that much.
Thank you very much. You're a credit to the Empire.
Yeah. Oh, and of course, Dr. Phil. Jesus, how could I forget that? I really, really dislike Dr. Phil, and that's putting it incredibly mildly. Wow, that's flat out downgrade for him. Convol, sure. Oh wow, see, 2 more quests. See, yeah, it's a good thing we came back. Contact with Sith Lord confirmed. Forcible release of Imperial prisoners. Republic stealth troopers ambushing strike teams. Enemy efficiency unprecedented.
How exactly is telling me supposed to help?
Primary target, stealth trooper commanders. Identify location of commanders unknown. Request, find and execute stealth commanders. Request acceptable.
I will destroy the enemies of the Empire.
Suggest approach, extract commander location from stealth troopers. Dispatch stealth commanders next. And those go by really fast.
The Republic was expecting us. It's like they knew our attack plan.
Quit flapping and get me a casualty count. My lord, Corporal Haddon, Operations Group 3. What's left of it anyway. The Republic's all over us. Thanks to their advanced surveillance network, we can't even scratch our noses, much less blow anything up.
Must be frustrating to get slapped around like that.
Yeah, we have many colourful nicknames for that surveillance system. We've located the surveillance network's power generators. They go down, the Republic goes blind. Trouble is, we can't get near them. But you could. If you knock out the power generators, we'll do the rest.
Unfair advantages are our speciality. We mustn't allow the Republic to enjoy such tactics.
The Republic's not stupid. Expect the generators to be crawling with security. We'll regroup here.
I'm back, sir. Just in time for the dialogue to end. Looks like 2 of those are heroics. Wow, hey. There's an elite. There's an elite. This one, nope. Okay, this one's not heroic. Yeah, creationists. Don't get me started. What am I doing in here? Unintended consequence. Recover the first. Wait a minute. Wraith boxes. Wait. I've heard about this quest. Yeah.
Enemy strikes. Life ended. Duty accomplished.
Damn. Tore him up. Maybe we can get all the pieces up here. Oh, anyway, I was going to talk a little bit about the... I think you can grab the Wraith Box stuff out here. Anyway, the Guild Summit, they went over a lot of things, mostly regarding patch 1.2, I believe. Just the number. Some of the stuff that sounds nifty is the legacy system. It definitely sounds to be more in-depth than I was thinking it was going to be. I was thinking it was going to be, okay, you know, you'll be able to pick up some minor bonuses, you know, maybe some cosmetic changes, maybe little bonus, XP bonuses for your alts, whatever. But it sounds like they're actually tying quite a bit of things to it. Like, for example, one thing they were talking about was saying, okay, I've got a sorcerer at level 50, or an Inquisitor actually would be a better example, since that's my base class. So now I've got an Inquisitor at 50. Now, through the legacy system, when I make my Sniper, I will have access to the Sorcerer self buff. So I'll be able to use the, what's the buff called? the mark of power on my sniper, and it will affect anybody in my party. Assemble the wraith box, okay. Oh, I guess I have to do that somewhere. Oh, I guess I have to do it in here. But, so, theoretically, you could get every single buff on one character. Because once your sniper is level 50, now your next character would have both the sorcerer and the sniper buff. Or the Imperial Agent buff, I should say. So that was pretty neat. There's also going to be some things you'll get bonuses for maxing out your companion's affection. So that is something you'll want to do. I forget what the bonus was. I think they actually talked about it, but I don't remember exactly what it was. Now, some other things with the legacy system specifically, you'll be able to buy things like a mailbox and also a galactic trade market for your ship. However, they very specifically pointed out that the galactic trade terminal for your ship would be very expensive because they liked having a lot of people being active in the fleets. So they said to get that you had to have a ton of legacy and a ton of money. So let's see what else. They acknowledge that the galactic trade market sucks. They know. They even specifically said, what was it he said? He said that the changes they have currently make the galactic market 80% less stupid. So they seemed equally frustrated with it. So they're well aware of how bad it is. So that's good. Wait, repeat that, hers? I don't think I quite understand your question. You can the only spell you can, well, okay. The main spell that I was just talking about that you can share is your self buff only, right? Every class has a self buff of some kind. Like my self buff is it does multiple things. It's, hold on, it's too loud. Increases the target strength, aim, and willpower. Damn it, still alive. Increases the target's aim, strength, aim, willpower, and cutting by 5%, and internal and elemental damage reduction by 10%. But then you have other classes that have different buffs, but they all have some kind of buff. But once you get to 50, I don't know if you have to get a certain legacy level first, or if it's just automatic once you hit 50 things. But you'll be able to, like, again, once I have my sniper, once this legacy system goes into place, I'll be able to use my Imperial Agent will be able to use the Inquisitor buff, the self buff. But they also talked about you'll have heroic abilities. I don't think they called it. Did they call it heroic? I forget. But basically, you'll also have heroic abilities that will be unlockable and usable by your subclasses. So, for the example they used was let's say you have a Sith. What is it? What is it that does the Force choke? I think it's Juggernaut or something. That does like the Force choke thing. They consider that their epic ability, or their... Oh, for God's sakes, do it. So, if I had a Sith Juggernaut at 50, and I had the legacy points to spend, or I don't know how this system was going to work, but you could unlock that ability, so now my Imperial Agent can now use that ability. Sometimes. You can't use it all the time. It's probably... I think he was saying it has a long cooldown, like 30 minutes or something. Something like that. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't that bad. But... the idea, and if you're saying like, well, why does that make sense? Why can a sniper use a force power from a Sith Juggernaut? That doesn't make any sense. George Lucas. The idea is that the legacy system is like your children, or they're basically your relatives. So when you make an alt, that alt is like related to you through blood. So it makes sense, in a way, that they have those force powers, right? So they're not as strong in the force as you, being a major, focusing on using the force, but they can use it. Because they definitely address that. Because as you know, someone brought it up. The Sorcerer self-buff, excuse me, its strength, aim, willpower, and cunning increased by 5%. Internal and elemental damage reduction increased by 10%. They talked about adding more mounts, possibly in the future, like living mounts, like dewbacks and whatever else, whatever, I don't even know.
Life ended. Ready to strike.
I think what else they covered. Oh, should stop laying down. Not regarding upcoming buffs, they did talk about how in the beta you could actually kill your companion. They said that people liked that, but they liked it too much, and they actually ended up killing their companion. And this caused a problem, because then people would kill, like, they'd be a healer and kill their tank companion, and would be like, oh, well, wait a minute, now I can't solo anymore. And they would end up... And of course, my initial reaction was like, well, screw them. If they're stupid enough to kill their tank companion, and they're a sorcerer or whatever, and they need that tank companion, then, stupidity should be painful. And while that's true, the problem with that is that these morons would end up putting in tickets to customer service and wasting customer service time. Of course, you could argue that, oh, well, they could just, the customer service people just tell them that we don't deal with that. That's fine, but you still have to take time to go to the customer and say, we're not going to deal with that situation. And then, of course, the person's going to argue and say, no, I think you should because blah, blah, blah. I didn't know. And it would just be a nightmare. So, in that vein, I kind of agree with it. What did I turn on? And I keep doing it.
Enemy strikes.
Yes. Oh, yes. Thank you. That was the other big thing that they talked about. I can't believe I forgot that. UI fixes are coming in the next patch. Oddly enough, they actually weren't going to put that in. How they could possibly consider not putting such a major thing in? I have no idea. But apparently, one of the developers considered it so important, he actually worked his butt off and worked nights and weekends to get it in. So, first of all, major props to whoever that was. And that does, show the dedication. And I'm sure some people, oh, that's bullshit. I'm sure that blah, blah, blah. That's his job. That's not really fair. And not to get into it, but that does show somebody's dedication. They don't have to do that shit. They could easily just say, oh, it's 5 o'clock. I'm going home. At this place, I don't give a shit if you guys have a scalable UI. Fuck you. But they obviously want the game to succeed. They play the same game as we do. So, again, props to them. Props to whoever that was for, busting his ass to getting the UI. But anyway, yes, they showed off the UI. You can scale all the windows, thank God. You can move different elements around. Some people suggested being able to do things like hiding things, like if you want to hide your own portrait, name, class, all that. They seem to be receptive to that, and said they couldn't really see a reason why they couldn't add it before the patch, so that might go in. But it looks like we'll be able to move all this. Another big thing is they said that there would be an option so that you could make it so that you could have more than 2 windows open at a time, which is going to be another very nice change. But the scalable UI alone is going to be nice.
Powerful foe.
You gonna do that? I probably would have killed you anyway, but still.
Accomplished.
Now, one thing I'm not sure on is they might have reneged on doing readable combat logs for everyone. They might have made it so that you can only see them for yourself. If that's the case, that is going to be incredibly disappointing. Because, frankly, the only people who didn't want logs to be viewable by everyone was terrible players. I have never, ever seen a good player ever say, oh, I don't want people seeing my DPS. I don't want people seeing my heals. I don't want people seeing this. You never, ever, ever hear a good player saying that. Ever. It's always the mouth breathers who are not paying any damn attention and basically bringing the party down that are violently opposed to damage meters. Damn, these guys do a shitload of damage.
Master, don't let me die.
So, I hope that that's not the case. I hope they just worded it poorly. Because that would be very useful to know if I group with somebody who's bad. The thing is, the way heroic modes are set up is that you need to kill quickly. You need to make the bosses die very fast. And I actually read a blog where a guy complained about that. And while I see his point, I can't agree with him. Because I like that actual pressure is being put on DPS for once. Because, like in WoW, they pretty much, DPS pretty much sleepwalked through heroics. And they just got their loots. Oh, hey. Hey, it's a Rancor. Let's kill a Rancor. After this thing.
Enemy strikes.
It's not even a world boss. Let's not get in the way, though. Come over here.
My master, I will follow.
Well, for FPS meter, I just use fraps. I always have fraps running. That's
Way to
mainly
the
because I,
quarry.
you know, do Let's
Way to the
Plays.
prize.
I wonder if I can take this guy. I mean, he's only an elite. Right? I mean, this shouldn't be hard. Famous last words. Gonna own this Rancor.
Finished.
Yeah, it'll be easy.
Fear nothing.
My companion sounds like Sean Connery. It's an interesting observation. I don't want you that close to me. Woohoo! Codex entry, Rancor. Rawr. But anyway, so the thing is, with the enrage timers, it's very, very important that your DPS is on the ball, which, you know, does make this kind of a unique situation, because normally, like I say, DPS could just be like half-assing it and watching Jersey Shore. So I like that it's not all the pressure is put on the tank and the heal, and if things go bad, the DPS are just sitting there, oh, you stupid tank, stupid heal. The problem is, now, you've got 2 DPS without being able to see overall DPS, which DPS sucks.
Simple.
If you keep failing the DPS, the enrage timer,
Eating the compass.
I mean, which DPS is it that sucks? Technology. I don't think he likes technology. In fact, I'm pretty sure of it.
Pisse ada sisun wisan.
Oops. I think they also might have fixed it so that they said something about fixing it so that stupid window doesn't pop up on top of other windows. The companion screen, which was if you've listened to me cursing out during that hard mode, you know that that was very much making them happy by me. Visible threat. I need to defeat 10 Republic Stealth Troopers and 2 Stealth Commanders. Oh! So it looks like this goes away if you're in combat. Or doesn't pop up if you're in combat. Which is exactly how it should have been. So that's good to see. Damn.
Life ended.
You guys spread out. But yeah, now you have no idea. Well, also you have no idea, because generally if somebody's bad at DPSing, they're bad at other things. Like they're not moving out of the way of AoEs. They're not paying attention in general.
Can't wait until you see this.
Trophy. He does like trophies. And you might be like, oh, you're being elitist. No, I'm not being elitist. I just don't like people
Nice.
wasting my time. Oh, she made my waistband. Oh, and she critted on it. Awesome. That's freaking badass. I was even wondering if she could crit. So she made me an augment slot. That's pretty badass. Of course, the bad side of that is that you might have people in groups rolling against you for the blue powder just so that